I've seen here the question and I've heard it. Why is it that the Democrats by the millions are on the streets protesting no king when there's not a king? And it's obvious, we don't have a king. We've even seen President Trump get on national television and say, I'm not a king. And I think that the answer is really simple. And I think that first of all, people are being preventative. And secondly, that people are fearful. And so they get out in the streets out of fear. We don't need a king, and we believe that President Trump is acting like one or wanting that position. And there's other people that are saying, we're not going to risk it, we're going to be preventative. On January the 6th, we had legitimate protesters. Yes, there was insurrectionists. Yes, there was people of treason. But all across the United States, we had people protesting that Joe Biden won the presidential election. We had people protesting that Donald Trump didn't get reelected as president. And then, of course, for whatever other reasons that people were protesting. That was legitimate. The question is simple. The actions, when Donald Trump is asked if the federal courts and the Supreme Court rule against you, will you obey what they rule? And the answer should always be yes. But when you can't get a yes, then people are like, wait a minute, he didn't say yes. And he obviously wouldn't come out and say no, probably. So people get concerned. When people go before representatives and senators and they're asked the same question, if the Supreme Court or any of the federal courts rule against you, will you obey what the courts say? They don't say yes. So there's a concern. Why can't you just say yes? Republicans would expect a Democrat just to say yes. So Democrats expect the Republicans just to say yes. Because what the appearance is, this is part of the reason why it's fear and prevention in these protests, is that you're not saying yes because you're afraid of Donald Trump. Because you should be able to operate as an individual department or as an individual government body without his approval, because that's how our system of government is set up. And it's simple. If President Biden did not answer yes, that we will obey whatever the courts say, wouldn't you be concerned? And wouldn't it be okay, and wouldn't it make sense for Republicans to get out on the streets, for however many people, and to protest Joe Biden? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes to protesting no matter who's president and no matter which political party it is. That people can protest no king as a way of preventiveness and out of fear.